Hey guys, how are you? Get my crap together here. All right. As I said before, lots of stuff, fast and furious, is coming at us. If you know what to look for, there's so much coming down the pipe. The big thing on MSM right now is the gas shortages. This was caused by a cyber attack. This is on the East Coast. It's also affected a plant in Texas. This is optics, as in Biden closed down the Keystone Pipeline, which would be tremendous help right now. And now we got these cyber attacks on these ones. We are going to experience gas shortages. We're already seeing it. Virginia is already 8% of the gas stations are out of fuel. It's going to get worse. The ones that do have fuel, you're going to see prices go through the roof. Okay. Remember, 4 or 5 months ago, we were energy independent. We have enough oil in this country to feed the world. And under the socialism bullshit that we get with bobblehead Biden, this is where we're at. This is what we got going on now. Okay. So it's wake up. Everybody pay attention. Okay. I will tell you, and I've always said, pay attention to what they say, but more importantly, how they say it. Okay. Because how they say it is very important. You can get 2 different meanings out of the same words if you just rearrange the words. So pay attention to what you're hearing. Okay. The other thing I wanted to mention to you guys is, if you didn't watch Tucker Carlson last night, tune into him tonight. Now, I don't watch MSM. I told you this several times, but I do tune into certain people. Tucker Carlson's one of them. If you get Newsmax, Greg Kelly's one of them. Mark Levin's one of them on Fox. And I watch about the first 10 or 15 minutes of the show. That'll tell you everything they're going to talk about. That tells you what's going on. Yesterday, Tucker Carlson on his show on Fox talked all about this COVID, Fauci, how he's connected to the Wuhan labs, and the fact that it's all bullshit is coming out. Okay, we're past the drip. We're at the faster drips. Okay, so the stuff's going to be coming faster. All right, and you're going to be getting multiple things at one time. Again, I keep saying this because it's so very important. The audits are everything. Don't get distracted from the audits, okay? Arizona's audit's supposed to be done Thursday. So by this end of this weekend, we should start hearing some shit about that. And from my understanding, they've already found 412,000 illegal fraudulent ballots. Supposedly, there was a 10,000 vote difference in that state. Okay. We got Michigan doing forensic audits. We got New Hampshire. And there's some funny stuff going on in New Hampshire. So keep an eye out for that. The other big thing we got going on, Israel and Iran. Now, I don't know if this is true or not. I have no confirmation of this at all, but I heard that the Iranian leader is on his deathbed. I guess he's in pretty bad shape. I do not know, again, if that's true. Research that. I don't know. I do know that Hezbollah is responsible for what's going on over there. They started launching the rockets, and trust me, Israel will respond. They will go hard. They will go heavy. This will escalate quickly. Again, the optics to this is we stand with Israel. We had peace over there just a few months ago. We had peace over there like we've never had before. And now it's a complete shit show. Okay. Some of these optics are to open your eyes, but they have very, very real outcomes. Okay, the gas shortages is the optics, but you will feel that in your wallet. You will pay more for that shit. And not just for gas. Everything is made out of petroleum. Diapers, combs, hair dryers. They use it in production plants for machinery that makes food. They use it in the trucks to transport your food, your lumber, your steel. So you will see the economy deeply affected by this. Your clothing, your everything you do comes by truck. And now the trucks ain't going to go like they used to go because of the fuel shortages. A lot of big stuff going on. That stuff in Israel with the rockets and the that's going to go on for several days. That's not going to be a quick little thing. So keep your eye on that, but don't let it deter you from the audits. Always circle back to the audits because they're so very important. Okay. Tomorrow, I guess there's going to be a vote about Mr. Or Ms. Liz Cheney, and you're going to see her get voted out. She's going to go bye-bye. Now, remember, she's an anti-Trumper. She led this whole thing. She is the daughter of Dick Cheney. Dick Cheney has blood all over his hands. The whole family does. Okay? This is all part of the plan. They're going to vote her out, and as time goes by, she's going to fade from the spotlight. The reason why is because she's going to be arrested. But they don't want that information out just yet. That's not part of this. So they're going to vote her out, and there will be a new leader in the Republican Party for that. So keep your eyes on that. I'm sure it'll be talked about. The other thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to throw out a whole bunch of names here. Now, I probably shouldn't do this because I already got 2 strikes on my page here, and they're going to take me out. YouTube don't like the truth. They don't like you talking about the truth. So they're going to shut me down. But I'm going to keep blasting it. I'm going to keep telling everybody and putting it out there for everyone to see and hear. And hopefully you guys are sharing this with your family and friends and talking amongst yourselves with each other and sharing so that we can reach as many people as possible. That's the goal, to reach as many people as possible here. Just give me a moment. I'm trying to look this up because it's far too many to remember, and I have it all jotted down here. I'm going to talk about Epstein Island. I'm going to talk about some of the individuals that find it necessary to frequent Epstein Island because they're Satanistic, child trafficking pieces of shit. Oh, I got so much stuff. I can't keep it straight. This stuff, it's like, it's, if you want to call it a gift, it's like the gift that never quits giving. There's just so much stuff if you just look. So here's a bunch of people. Most of them you'll know who they are. Actors, comedians, politicians, musical people that will that'll be well known to you. And again, these are all people that have frequented Epstein Island. All right, so we got Seth Green, Steven Spielberg, Tom Hanks, Stephen Colbert, Jimmy Kimmel, Barack Obama, Kevin Spacey, Kathy Griffin, Oprah Winfrey, Sean Carter, Beyonce Knowles, Anthony Kiedis, John Legend, Chrissy Teigen, Jim Carrey, Steven Tyler, Ben Affleck. Hold on, there's a bunch more. Where was I? Ben Affleck, Will Ferrell, Eminem, Jeffrey Jones, Charlie Sheen, Madonna, Kate Hudson, Gwen Stefani, James Franco, Will Smith, John Cusack, Anderson Cooper, George Stephanopoulos, Demi Moore, Brian Affleck, Meryl Streep, Wanda Sykes, Chelsea Handler, Quentin Tarantino, Robert Downey Jr., Courtney Love, Alec Baldwin, Charlie Rose, Joan Rivers, Liz Hurley, Kevin Spacey, Dustin Hoffman, Michael Bloomberg, Andrew Cuomo, Barbara Walters, George Hamilton, Naomi Campbell, Janice Dickinson, Mick Jagger, Phil Collins, Richard Branson. Who else is on this list? Bill Clinton. I don't know who this guy is. George Mitchell. I'm not familiar with who that is. Lauren Hutton. I'm not familiar with who she is. And Simon Le Bon. I don't know who that is either. Anyway, and that's just a few of them, folks. That isn't the whole list. That's just the list that I have on that one. I have two more lists of people that I have to go through. So when I tell you that this is big, that this is worldwide, that this is going to change your life, that everything you've ever known is a lie, I don't say all that to bring you down or to cause a bunch of shit or to do anything like that. It's shit you need to know. It's absolutely shit you need to know. Now, because we have so much information and it always comes out so fast and it always seems so negative, I did want to spend a few minutes talking about some positive. So, in the next several months, you're going to realize how much Big Pharma has fucked you. And they just keep prescribing pills. And if this medicine worked, folks, you wouldn't need to go back and get refills. Okay? They have cures for a lot of shit. Okay? They caused a lot of stuff. They invented a lot of stuff. There's going to be cures coming out. Diabetes, AIDS, Alzheimer's. I want to go over this. I know I've mentioned this before, but it's very, very important because it touches people's families. It touches their lives. It might be your brother, your mom, your dad, maybe your husband or wife was in the military and they come home. There's med beds. There's cures for cancers. They're going to be able to regenerate a limb. So maybe your husband lost his hand in the war. They're going to be able to regenerate it. The stuff is going to be provided free to you people. Okay? We're going to get free energy. There's a thing called a Tesla tower that, used with the stellar networks that they're putting, these are the stellar satellites, are going to give us a completely different social media. Social media as you know it now will be gone. There'll be all new sites. It'll be free. You'll be able to express yourself and say what you need to say as long as you're not hurting another individual. There will be free energy. I know that's hard to believe, but again, we grew up our whole lives being lied to in this corporate world where they just keep fucking stealing from us. Okay? So gas bills, electric bills, all that kind of shit, going to go way down. Okay? We have the fuel, the oil, and everything in this country. Prices of products in the stores are going to be much less. You're going to get food that doesn't have all the bullshit in them. So you're not going to see a 12-year-old with 36 double D tits. You're not going to see a fucking 10-year-old kid that's 6 foot tall. These are hormones and all kinds of bullshit added to your food. You're not going to have so many sick people. Okay. The rate of people with autism and other disabilities is going to drop way low. So you're going to have bigger families, healthier families, and you're going to live longer. That's all good stuff. Your shit's going to cost a lot less money. Everything's going to get better. Okay. So it's not all bad. But to get to the good, you got to go through the bad. So these med beds that are coming out, and med beds ain't a new thing. They've had med beds out for a long, long time. But they're going to be available to the people. If you are an individual, and I'm gonna end on this here. If you are an individual who has experience and or a job practicing in mental health, emotional health, mental stability, things of that nature, you are going to be overwhelmingly in demand. The amount of stuff that is going to be seen by the American people is going to cause a lot of people stress. It's going to have people having nervous breakdowns. You're going to have people really losing their minds. And there's people who are trained to deal with mental and emotional distress and trauma, and this is trauma, are going to be in high demand. So if you have expertise in that, or even if you want to start reading up and learning and educating yourself on it, because it may not be the people down the street. It may be the person that lives in your house. It might be your parents. It might be your kid. It might be whoever. It's going to affect everybody. I don't post a lot of shit that I see that I find that I have. I don't post it for a certain reason. One, they won't never let me post it. Two, it will seriously mentally screw you up. Seriously mentally screw you up. I have literally seen some shit in my life. Okay. I've seen a 12-year-old girl get destroyed by a car. And when I ran to save her, her head was split open and literally her brain was in my hands. And I stayed with her till the paramedics got there. That little girl lived for 3 days and died. That is nothing compared to what you guys are about to see in the next couple of months. When they start releasing the information of what these 6'6" Satanistic pricks have done to kids and women, the number of lives that have been taken, the things that have done, kidnapping little girls and keeping them in these dumbs. Dumbs are underground military bases. They keep them in these dumbs for decades, and they just knock them up one after another. It's like a puppy mill, just to pump out another kid, another kid, another kid, another kid, so that they can take these babies and drain their blood and drink it for their Satanistic bullshit that they do. So they can organ harvest these people. There are trained military people who have literally watched this shit for a lifetime that went in there and cannot mentally face it. They're like, no more, can't do it. The amount of evil, I can't even put it into words, folks. I really, honest to God, can't even put it into words. Okay. And that's hard to comprehend. It's hard to deal with. That's why I want to try to put a little bit of positivity in this too. We are going to get to a better life. We are going to get to a point where things are cheaper, where families are healthier, where we go back to the American way of like the 1950s and stuff, where dad can go to work and mom can spend more time with the kids, where you don't have to work 2 and 3 jobs to live and get by, where you can buy a house or a vehicle at a reasonable cost and you don't have to mortgage out 10 years of your life to pay for it, where kids learn about America and true American history, starting with the Native Americans, because that's who this country truly belongs to. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. Some of these med beds do things where they take you 15, 20 years off I mean, you know, if you're 50 years old, how would you like to feel like you're 30 again? How would you like to have the skin of a 30-year-old again? I mean, that would be great, you know? So a lot of good things are coming, but anything worth having, you're going to have to go through shit to get it. That's just the way it works. And unfortunately, folks, right now we're in the shit. That's where we're at. But we're going to get there. So hold the line, stay strong, don't give up. Okay? Reach out to people. If you don't understand something, if you're having some mental issues where you can't take it, you're getting emotional about it, reach out. I'll talk to anybody. If you find me on social media, I'm out there. I'll talk to anybody. I don't care who it is, because we're all in it together. And the end result's going to be the strongest, best America we've ever had. I'll see you guys later.